What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. What's up, Star? Yeah, I got a unique one for y'all today. A heart to heart. Another soul lecture. You know, discuss this soul wisdom. What's up, Alexis? Y'all come on in. Give one more minute, we'll get started. All right, let us begin. Now, the title of this lecture is Outlaw Scholar. You know, and we're going to discuss the law of soul insurance. Now, what is soul insurance? Well, what is soul? Soul is immortal consciousness, like I always tell y'all. You see what I'm saying? You know, the immortal individual consciousness that self-generated and self-willed itself in existence at the behest of the primordial forces of all desire to create, become more of a creator than it already was. You see what I'm saying? So, let us begin here. So, what is soul insurance? The law of soul insurance is, or states that soul wisdom must be embedded in every part of your life, or else it will be hollow or empty. You see what I'm saying? One more time. Soul wisdom must be embedded in every part of your life, or else it will be hollow and or empty. What do I mean by that? I'm gonna tell y'all some stories from my life. You know, just some backstories to let y'all understand how this concept works. I went to college, back in the day. And while I was in college, I noticed some things because I went to both a community college and a university, which are two vastly different realms or two vastly different energies. You see what I'm saying? Of course, the community colleges are more down to earth and more balanced than the universities. Now, when I get to the university, I meet people, and, they cool people. But the school I went to, which was UAH, University of Alabama in Huntsville, I noticed a few negatives about the school that I had never experienced before anywhere else, in any college. You see what I'm saying? And I noticed it was real socially awkward. You see what I'm saying? Everybody had, because it was a school full of engineers, You see what I'm saying? What's up, Shayla? It was a school full of engineers and physicists and chemists, and it was pretty much an advanced school as far as intellect, just intellect in and of itself. You see what I'm saying? So you're talking about mathematicians, scientists, technicians, inventors, so on and so forth. So it was a real intellectual place in that sense when it comes to book smarts, when it comes to creating, technology, when it comes to doing, solving advanced scientific equations and stuff like that. It was one of those kind of places. But it was real, as I noticed, as I began to observe, it was real socially awkward. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to know universities are literally their own dimensions. And since they're their own dimensions, they're their own spells. You see what I'm saying? They're their own frequencies and vibrations. That's why when you go outside of a university, the world feels different. Because you're coming out of that dimension, that bubble. You see what I'm saying? The energetic bubble that's cast over it. So, as I noticed here, it was a real small place, but there was no social energy, none whatsoever. There was no soul whatsoever. They had all the intellect in the world, but they had no soul wisdom to back their intellect. You see what I'm saying? A lot of a lot of what you would say, what we call nerds or whatever, who I noticed they did not have any social skills whatsoever. The motherfuckers could build a mountain out of fucking paper if they could, or shit, create all types of cool technologies and solve all type of advanced chemical equations and shit, and even biologists were there. You see what I'm saying? Doing chemical work. You see what I'm saying? Studying the DNA and human genome and all that. But what I noticed was they didn't have any social skills. They couldn't connect. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Kevin? They couldn't connect with the rest of the world. They lived in their heads, but they didn't know how to express themselves physically. You see what I'm saying? And this is the threat. This is the soul's threat to the rest of the world. This is a great example. It don't matter how much intellect you have. It don't matter how much intellect you have. If it's not backed by soul wisdom, then you will always find yourself by yourself, in the sense that you're gonna always be alone, or people ain't gonna fuck with you, or people go the other way. They exit stage left. You see what I'm saying? They exit stage left on you. So I noticed this. Them boys could goddamn draw up designs, create fucking all type of amazing shit. You see what I'm saying? The girls too. But they couldn't interact with each other for real. And one of the hardest things to do at that school was get people to interact with each other. Cause everybody had their intellect. Everybody had their book smarts. But they didn't have no social skills. They didn't have no soul. They didn't have no fire. They didn't have no ether to them. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have that kick that I was so used to dealing with, because I came from a community college, historically black community college in Lawson State. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Melanie? What's up, Safely? You see what I'm saying? I came from that community college, Lawson State, and people, of course, social. People was interacting and had fun and giggled and enjoyed themselves all the time. So it wasn't that new. But when I got here, this dry, arid intellect, you see what I'm saying, that I'm experiencing here was something like I've never seen before. It was foreign to me. And another problem they had was what we call semester amnesia, which means that you can spend 3 to 4 months in the classroom with them and talk to them, conversate with them, get to know them, everything. And in 2 weeks, we'll just take the winter break. In 2 weeks, they'll forget who you is when they come back for the next semester. You see what I'm saying? Even though you just spent like 3 to 4 weeks in the class with them. See what I'm saying? They just automatically forget who the fuck you are. You see what I'm saying? And we thought that was the strangest shit ever. You know, a few people who still had their soul connection, they just observed these things that I observed. You see what I'm saying? They was like, you know, Marv, we noticed that motherfuckers forget who we are after a semester is over. I was like, yeah, I know. They literally forget who you are. And you sitting right there with them, and they forget who the fuck you are. And you sat there for 3-4 months next to them, talked to them, had conversations with them. Hey, you may even have hung out with them in the lunchroom. But you come back that next semester, they will not remember you. You see what I'm saying? We call it semester amnesia. So, you know, it was just a weird thing. You see what I'm saying? You know, and it didn't matter what career field they took, whether it was artistry, whether it was, you know, science, whether it was engineering, whether it was trade, whatever aspect they took, or liberal arts, whatever field they took, it didn't matter. It didn't seem to matter what field they took, because they did not have that connection to soul, so they was always disconnected from the world and themselves. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? These are the things I noticed. And one of the biggest things I noticed while I was here was, you know, I was still studying my occult knowledge, my spirituality, my soulity, you know, my soul teachers or whatever. I was still studying it. So, of course, since I was studying it, then things were going a certain way for me. And I never lost my connection to my inner self. So I was able to sit back and observe these things that nobody else would observe. Now, it's funny. When I left the college and went out into the regular world, that shit didn't exist. It only existed in this college, because universities are their own universe. You see what I'm saying? So that problem didn't exist outside the university. It only existed inside the universe. You know, A&M was down the street. So you go to A&M, it's pure, it's HBCU shit. It's pure soul out there. People having a great time. You see what I'm saying? And getting their intellectual skills up. But at this college, nah, everybody here was real disconnected from their souls. And I noticed when a lot of guys and girls first got there, they didn't have this problem. See what I'm saying? They were still connected with themselves. But as they continue to assimilate themselves in this intellectual energy, they begin to move away from themselves, and that's when the disconnection happened. That's when the separation happened. And so, you know, the fraternities. If you was in a fraternity, you was still real popular. But I noticed still, you know, even when you was in a fraternity, that, you know, when you join a fraternity, and on some levels that's kind of archonic, because that's training you to become boule, if they wanted you to become boule, if you had that gift to ascend to the higher levels. You see what I'm saying? So even that was a trap. You see what I'm saying? And college is just a training ground to separate the wheat from the chaff, I guess you would say. So that's your first experience with this archonic energy. You see what I'm saying? So this was going on here. So you got a lot happening, in a sense that, wow, this is a completely different world. Is this, cause I was originally gonna go to A&M, but it's interesting. A series of events, a series of unexpected events happened, and I ended up at UAH. And it's funny, it took me all year to try to get into A&M. It took me a month to get into UAH. So which is let you know I was supposed to be there. And I witnessed these things with my own two eyes. I was like, I have never seen this before. What's up with this dry, arid intellect? You see what I'm saying? Because it was a multicultural school, but it was mostly white people there. You know, but it was international school, so people from all over the world were there for the most part. But, you know, it was mainly white people, you know, as far as, you know, the general population. But, you know, for the most part, most of the people there were disconnected from themselves. They sat in their rooms. They didn't talk to each other. They didn't fuck with each other like that. Hell, you had to drag them out their rooms to even go to an event. You see what I'm saying? To even go to an event. So you know, just being there, just seeing this, it was a mind blowing experience for me. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, wow, is this the world? You know, is this the world we live in? Or I never experienced this world. You see what I'm saying? This is the first time I experienced what they call the other side of the equation. You see what I'm saying? Or, you know, outside of the hood energy, the being around pure intellects. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't like that shit. I ain't like that shit at all. That pure intellectual shit is not the place to be. It is not the place to be in my eyesight, cause that shit was fucking, you know, it's outside of learning and gaining your intellect. That shit was boring and that shit was draining in the sense that you ain't gonna have many friends here because nobody really fuck with each other like that. Now I eventually found friends who was of the same caliber as me, you know, like-minded as myself, you know, real recognize real. But shit, even then, it took 2 years just to manifest them. You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, they were doing their thing and I was doing my thing, and shit, we met each other when we were supposed to meet each other. But up until that point, nah, it was a real dry, arid energy. You see what I'm saying? And another thing I'm gonna tell y'all, them textbooks, McGraw-Hill, they hexing them motherfuckers. I'll tell you that right now. One day I did an experiment. I bought a book, a textbook, and I bought another book, an independent book, or independent work on the same topic. And I kid you not, that independent work felt way better than that textbook. That textbook is dry and arid. These motherfuckers murking trees to give you 1,000 pages of bullshit. You never get through the book, and half the shit in there is they don't even explain half the shit in them motherfuckers. And so you don't even know what the fuck it is. So I usually just turn my textbooks in, and they do it all over again. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So it was a real bad, real frustrating energy. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Safely? Most intellects lack empathy. They run on pure logic. Not all intellects, but a lot of them. Yeah, this group here ran on pure logic. Pure fucking logic. See what I'm saying? Now, my Lawson days, nah. I ain't had that problem. Motherfuckers was a lot more balanced than Lawson. They had empathy and logic. These motherfuckers here, pure logic for the most part. The general population operated off pure fucking intellect. They couldn't talk to you. The motherfuckers could build a nation, but they couldn't talk to you. You see what I'm saying? They couldn't interact with you. They had no connection with you outside of their own minds. You see what I'm saying? And that's some dangerous shit. That's some dangerous shit in that sense. Because you know, when you can't connect with people, you feel isolated. When you feel isolated, you create your own self-perpetuated fears. You see what I'm saying? Like, say for example, there's a lot of guys, you know, nerdy guys who want to talk to the ladies there, but they wouldn't talk to the ladies because in their mind, these ladies had already rejected them. And a lot of the ladies there was like, well, I like him, but shit, he don't fuck with me like that. So why would I talk to him? You see what I'm saying? He don't fuck with me like that. Hell, most of them never even walk up to him to even talk to him or give him a chance. You see what I'm saying? So like, well, and then when you ask them like, someone will be like, oh, I like this girl here. Why don't you go talk to him? See, why don't you go talk to her? At least strike up a conversation. You see what I'm saying? To see what's up. And a lot of those guys like nah, man, got that kind of courage, man, got that kind of confidence. Like, whatever, nigga, you need to man up. You see what I'm saying? You need to woman up. You need to shit. How else is you gonna create relationships if you don't go and talk to them? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And you can cheat now. Here, motherfuckers got Skype and Tinders and dating websites and everything. There's no reason for you to be alone if you don't want to be alone. You see what I'm saying? So this is what I'm seeing here in this particular paradigm. You know what I'm saying? That's why I knew I was an outlaw scholar. You see what I'm saying? Which is the main idea of this lecture. I was an outlaw scholar because I didn't adhere to the traditional principles of what we deem scholarship. Nah, first of all, I studied whatever the fuck I wanted to study. Being a man who came from a community college, in a community college, they let you study whatever the fuck you want to study. They let you experiment. Now, when I got to the university, they wouldn't let you study whatever you wanted to study. You had to pick a certain field and stick with it, which is specialization. So that there is an MK Ultra in and of itself, because you never get the experience of the fields or other aspects you like. So you may go there wanting to be a historian, but you may experience with other areas, and you may realize, oh, I want to be an art historian, or I want to be an astronomer. I have a gift in this shit, but you'll never know that because they don't let you pick classes outside of your major. I seen that. Y'all like, what type of shit is this? And then you tell me I'm paying my money, thousands of dollars, and y'all won't let me pick the classes I want to pick? You see what I'm saying? See how crazy this shit is? That's how deadly these universities are. So, not all of them, I know a lot of these that was classified as a high, mid to high upper echelon college. Mainly high, mid tier to high tier upper echelon colleges. You see what I'm saying? And usually they ain't the ones you heard about, like Harvard and shit. Nah, it's the ones you don't hear about that's really, 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 really like that. You see what I'm saying? UAH gained prominence later on down the road after I left, but originally they was mid tier, but they started getting upper tier later on as I was getting ready to leave. So it's crazy what I was seeing here, the things I was seeing, and it's funny, like they had way more shit, or was building way more shit than we would ever dream of having at HBCU college. And they didn't even fuck with it like that. You see what I'm saying? They didn't even fuck with them facilities like that. These motherfuckers, they built these motherfuckers like arcade rooms and pool halls and chicken places and all other kinds of rooms for them. Them motherfuckers badly used it. Yep, they even built the motherfuckers a movie theater. You see what I'm saying? They even built them motherfuckers a movie theater. And they didn't even fuck with the movie theater like that. You see what I'm saying? They show a movie every so often, or every Sunday or whatever. That shit wasn't nobody in there. And, if they had brought that kind of technology to the hood, motherfuckers would have stayed in there. They couldn't keep it. You would have been able to keep them out of a theater or a fucking pool hall or a gaming facility, because they had a gaming facility in there too. A place where the homies and homeex could get together and game. They even had game events called GameCon. You see what I'm saying? Now that was packed. Now motherfuckers came to GameCon. They came to that shit. That was the one time I actually seen motherfuckers step out their room was GameCon. Everywhere else, everything else, all other little events they had, motherfuckers were bad to show up. And when they did show up, they wouldn't even talk to each other. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't even mingle with each other. They literally had to post goddamn icebreakers, because the administrators and everybody knew. They seen what I seen. They knew that something was wrong here. Like, why these people ain't talking to each other? Why they not intermingling? They're not intermingling because they ain't had no social skills. They just had that dry ass, arid intellect and logic and reason, but they had no soul. They had no empathy. They had no fire. They had no kick. They had no that oomph. You see what I'm saying? That melanin. They give you that jazziness to you, that funk. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That hip hop. You see what I'm saying? They didn't have that. They didn't know what that was. You play hip hop in that dorm you want to, and it's too loud. They gonna tell you come turn that shit down. We know in HBCU motherfuckers play hip hop all day and nobody's even bothered. It doesn't even faze them, cause we were musical people. And we always found ways to get back to our soul, whether we was conscious of it or not. Not these motherfuckers. They didn't fuck with no soul. And I've seen a lot of soulless people at this college, obviously, because it was just dry intellect. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, a lot of motherfuckers were soulless. You see what I'm saying? They just walk around. They just look at you. They literally just walk around like this. And they probably blink. Boom. You probably get one of those ever so often. This is how you know a motherfucker's soulless. They walk like this, and they just stare, and they walking, and they never just blink. You know, like this. And they wide eye like this, and they ain't even listening to music in there. They just walking like this. Nah, niggas did not have souls. I had learned how to read motherfuckers who didn't have souls. Like that nigga, they ain't got no soul. He robotic. He just walking like an automaton. See what I'm saying? He like somebody he just got a symbol and he was just kicked out into the world and doing a particular job. And that's why a lot of them upper echelon motherfuckers, that's why they prize just regular air intellect over everything else, because a lot of them motherfuckers ain't got no soul. And when you ain't got no soul, then you can't reach them upper levels. You see what I'm saying? You can't reach the next level. So I seen this shit, y'all. I'm like, this shit crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like this before. Motherfuckers don't talk to each other. Motherfuckers don't hang with each other. You barely see people do anything unless it's an event. Some schedule. You see what I'm saying? It's never just you see a group of people just laughing and having a good time for real. It gotta be a specific time, a specific place, a specific event. Now a lot of people will be like, well, mom, they was in college. Shit, hell, even on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays when they went doing shit, it was like that. You see what I'm saying? It was real dead. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Lifeless, almost. Motherfucking comedians came up there once. A series of comedians came up there, and they would tell jokes. Motherfuckers wouldn't even laugh. They just looked at him like he was a fucking, like, who the fuck is you? You see what I'm saying? And the jokes were funny to me. But to a lot of people, because I had just got there, but to a lot of people who had been there for a while, they just look like, the fuck is he talking about? You see what I'm saying? Who is this person? Like, why should I laugh at Joe joke? You see what I'm saying? That's literally what they was like. Why should I laugh at Joe joke? It's like they was just robotic. Automaton, cyborgs around this motherfucker or something. Shit, I'm like, damn, this shit here is bad. This shit here is bad. That's what taught me this lesson. That's why I came up with this. The law of soul insurance. If your soul wills, if your the things you do are not backed by soul wisdom, then that shit gonna be hollow. And you're gonna be a robot. You're gonna be an automaton. Trust me. I seen this shit with my own two eyes. For 3 years, I witnessed this shit. And it didn't get no better. You see what I'm saying? Like just a bunch of automatic, robotic, archonic, shit going on here. You see what I'm saying? Like nobody fuck with each other. That was the weird part. That's how you know they soulless. You don't talk to people. You masters at this textbook knowledge, but you don't fuck with nothing else. They ain't fuck with nothing else for real outside textbook knowledge. Hell, they didn't have a football team, of course. Obviously, they wouldn't have it. They had a basketball team, and a lot of people practice martial arts up there, which was perfect for me. I love martial arts. You see what I'm saying? So of course, I got me a few classes in as well. So it was a real martial. Huntsville's a real martial place. A lot of people practice martial arts up there. That's what they about up there. That's the thing to do up there, which I had no problem with. I love that part, but even then, with the martial arts, people didn't seem to have fun with it. It was like a dry, airy, robotic. I'm doing it because I feel like I just need to do it. Or, they may have done it for survival reasons, but, it was never in a soul, no kick to it. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no love in the heart of the city. You see what I'm saying? Ain't no love in the middle of town. Because the college is in the middle of town for the most part. So this is what I'm talking about here. Like, thanks to them, I knew the difference between what it was being archonic and being soulful. You see what I'm saying? I learned a lesson. I learned a real powerful lesson up there. Like, and I think looking back on it, that was the lesson of that whole experience. Because I had a choice. I could have either been one of them, or I could have been part of the school of the day walkers, the soul brothers and sisters. You see what I'm saying? Walking around. You always get that choice. Because I always had a nice little level of intellect on me, but I had a choice to choose whether I want to be their version of intellect, or a more soulful version of intellect, or the outlaw scholar. So you got traditional scholarship, then you got outlaw scholarship. Outlaw scholars are intellects with soul. Traditional scholars are just dry air intellects. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got nothing else. That's all they got. Shit. And since that's all they got, that's all they do. That's what y'all gonna find out with this shit. That's all they got, that's all they do. It's just study, take a coffee break, study, and more study. You see what I'm saying? Every now and then they'll play fucking Magic the Gathering on your ass. Dungeons and Dragons. Which is still intellectual, by the way. It's not really a fun game in that sense, It's still an intellectual game. So, the most fun shit I've seen them play was Super Smash Brothers. You see what I'm saying? Which is a fighting game. So even still, that's tactical. Cause you gotta know how to fight to survive. So, this is what I was experiencing. It's a cool college in the common sense of the word, but you could tell it's a training ground for me at that time on choosing whether I want to be this outlaw scholar or a traditional scholar. But after I seen the shit that I seen, I'm like, nah, I ain't a traditional scholar. I'm an outlaw scholar. You see what I'm saying? I'm not feeling this shit here. I'm about to go practice martial arts, study my occult sciences, and this shit here, I'm gonna do this shit on the side. You see what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take this too serious, cause I realized the masses were taking that shit serious. They tell you do the opposite of what the masses do, and you'll always win out. So, in the words of the great Bobby Hemmett. So I did the opposite of what they did, and I always won out. See what I'm saying? Oh yeah. It's all about this intellect. That's how you become a member of high society. Nah. True enough, you need intelligence. Mind is all. That's no lie there. But it gotta be backed by soul. It gotta be backed by that immortal consciousness. You see what I'm saying? It gotta be backed by that divine spark, that divinity. You see what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, a lot of them didn't have souls to fucking back nothing up with. You see what I'm saying? See, they had spirits, but they ain't had no souls, goddamn. Like they say, everybody got spirits, not everybody got souls. That's a true fucking statement there. I witnessed this shit with my own two eyes. Motherfuckers walking around with no souls. You see what I'm saying? And they was the most robotic motherfuckers there. And sometimes they weren't robotic, they was real vicious. You see what I'm saying? They was like real fucking vicious. Not just aggressive, but vicious. They was just violent for no fucking reason. See what I'm saying? Those are more of your basketball players. They was just like I was in line one day, was in the lunchroom, and they had changed the dietary plan over to more vegetables and stuff like that. Motherfucking them jocks fucking started flipping out. What the fuck the meat at? What the fuck the animals at? I just laughed. I was like, yep. So you have those as well, those real aggressive warmongering types as well. So that's usually the other side of the equation. Those are your sports, your frat boys, your sports junkies, your frat boys, and all them. You see what I'm saying? Your party hardy boys. You see what I'm saying? So they'll flip out in a different way. Whereas the nerds don't fuck with nobody, and they don't fuck with nothing. The jocks, they real aggressive, and they doing the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Fucking sticking canisters. They had like a little beer technique where to get drunk faster, they'll stick a little tube up their ass and pour beer down it. I was like, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. I was like, yeah. So these are just some of the observations I seen at this college, you know. And, you know, there's a lot of these mid-tier to upper echelon colleges that are like that. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Not just Harvard and the rest of them. Nah, they're the ones you know about. It's the ones you don't know about. That shit get real fucking crazy. You see what I'm saying? That shit you be like, what the fuck is going on around here? You see what I'm saying? And they show you, like, that soul world that I seen in the community college versus this archonic world. I call it archonic because it just felt vampiric. It felt vampiric not because they was sucking on my energy. It felt vampiric because the life was sucked out of the place. You see what I'm saying? Because there's different versions of vampirism. Sometimes it ain't got shit to do with a person being a vampire. It got more to do with the energy itself just feel like the life being sucked out of it. You see what I'm saying? The place itself. And so since how it felt like the life was gone here, you know, motherfuckers didn't really fuck with each other. And it's funny, when you came out their bubble, that dimension, and just traveled the rest of the city, that wasn't a problem. You see what I'm saying? That wasn't a problem now. It was only when you went into this world, this particular dimension, that it was a problem. So this is what I'm talking about. Outlaw Scholar, y'all. This just one of my fucking chronicles. Just showing you this world versus that world. See what I'm saying? This is the world that they want for you. I think this is why I went to this college, to give you this message. This is the world that they want for you. They want this archonic, fucking dry, arid, technological, no soul having, automatic, robotic, you see what I'm saying, cyborgish world they want you to live in. They don't want you fucking with soul. They don't want you fucking with a divine spark. They don't want you fucking with that immortal consciousness. That shit that give you creativity and artistic life. You see what I'm saying? They don't want you fucking with that. And what's so sad is they are under the impression that to be a scientist, you don't supposed to be creative. But what they don't realize is to even solve a math equation is creativity. You see what I'm saying? To even have the ability to solve a math equation is creativity. See, a fucking 12-year-old kid figured that shit out. Hell, he realized he did math, and he realized he did the mathematics and realized he was God with math. You see what I'm saying? Supreme mathematics. God is what? 360 degrees. You see what I'm saying? A circle. See what I'm saying? The perfect circle. Always showing you that everything happens in cycles. Everything is infinite. Everything is boundless. See what I'm saying? That's what the 360 degrees represent. And through that boundlessness, there's going to be more and more. See what I'm saying? It really ain't no number. For real, it's really infinite to infinity and beyond. But that's a startup, the 360. You see what I'm saying? 360 degrees. And you go from there. See what I'm saying? 360 degrees is the circle where infinity is inside the circle. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? That's why you give you the black dot, to give you that, to entice you to go inside the circle. You see what I'm saying? What's that black dot inside the circle? And you're going to find out what that black dot is, that point, that destination, that final destination, which is the infinite, boundless, supreme, all of the universe. You see what I'm saying? Or the multiverse. So this is what's going on here. This is what I really wanted to bring to y'all here. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely. So, yeah. Another thing I want to say before I go, I almost forgot to. I noticed a lot of intellects come out saying, you know, especially the homies, black man on this side of the equation. See what I'm saying? The black woman had this problem too. A lot of real intellectual black dudes complain a lot about them not getting women. You see what I'm saying? Black women. The black women don't fuck with them like that. And a lot of black women who are real intellectual say a lot of black men don't fuck with them like that. Why is this? It's because they ain't got no soul. Shit. They don't fuck with their soul like that. You see what I'm saying? The world is bigger than just dry air intellect. You see what I'm saying? The world is bigger than just basic scholarship and academics. Nah. True soul guys practice everything. You see what I'm saying? True intellects, or who we just call those of just pure intelligence. You see what I'm saying? 'Cause there's a difference between just intellect and intelligence. Intellect is a specific field of intelligence. Intelligence is mental awareness and knowledge as a whole. Intellect is the academic field of fucking intelligence. You see what I'm saying? So your intelligence is your raw, primal, mental energy and force, period. Intellect is literally an aspect on how you build. One of the ways and one of the paths or lanes in how you build your fucking intelligence. You see what I'm saying? Your mind, your consciousness. So that's just one of the ways you can do it academically. But problem with academics is you study this shit. And I told y'all they got spells on the textbook, so every time you touch them, you literally lose a piece of yourself. Trust me, I know. I touch the motherfuckers all the time. But I study occult science, so for every time I touched one of those fucking books, I would go and touch another occult book and regenerate my soul. You see what I'm saying? So they canceled it out. It canceled out. But for a person who wasn't doing what I was doing, who that's all they did was read them dry ass arid textbook, not knowing that the shit that's in the textbook, you go find an independent work or fucking even go on YouTube and get somebody to break that shit down to where the average man and woman can understand it without reading them complicated ass, complex ass fucking books that you read. See, it's so complicated and complex because they don't want you to get it in its entirety. They don't want you to get fragments of it. Now, how the hell you gonna go through a 1,000-page book in 4 months? You see what I'm saying? And you only see these motherfuckers 2 times a week. See what I'm saying? Shit, you don't even want to touch the book half the time. That's why. Because every time you touch the book, it make you sick on the inside. And the reason why you touch these textbooks, the reason why these textbooks make you sick on the inside, because McGraw-Hill hexed the motherfuckers. These some dirty motherfuckers out. They hexed the books. They first of all, they kill the trees for the books, hex the motherfuckers, goddamn, and then sell it to the people at 3,000% of the price. The fucking book didn't cost them but $3 to get made, but they sell it to you for $300. You see what I'm saying? To $500, depending on what the book is. You see what I'm saying? So this some deadly shit. The academic world is some deadly motherfucking shit. Trust me on that. I've seen this shit with my own 2 fucking eyes. So yeah. I'm like, why is it $500 for this dry ass motherfucking book? And it's funny, you go and find a book on the same topic, cost 1,000 pages, and that book only costs $30, $40. But they don't want you to read that because they try to keep you in a box. They only want you to read what they want you to read. And if you try to bring in other knowledge, then they're gonna shun that shit. You know what that's called? That's called setting boundaries and limitations on knowledge. And when you do that, it becomes one-dimensional. You see what I'm saying? They one-dimensionalizing the lot. They creating tunnel vision with knowledge. You see what I'm saying? And what's worse, if you go into society and you don't have their credentials, this is how they set you up. If you can build whatever you want to build and everything, but if you ain't got science degrees and all that shit, and you want to work for these motherfuckers, they won't even fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? And the crazy part is they can give you the on-the-job training, which is just as good. Which is just as good as fucking the 4 years of college you just did. But they want you to go there and learn their shit, so you can be certified to work in they boring ass jobs. You see what I'm saying? So you spend 4 years working your ass out to learn, and now you spend 4 years working your ass out to learn to work they dead ass jobs. And now the economy is so bad, you spend 4 years working your ass out for a degree or a certification. You see, to get certified to get your license, and they ain't even got jobs for you now. See what I'm saying? At Harvard, what made Harvard the best college in the planet is because they teach their students to become creators. You see, they're like, go watch the Facebook movie with what's the boy named Mark Zuckerberg. You know how he came up. All the students there were advised to create. They don't teach you that in other colleges, in lower, mid-tier, on down colleges. They teach you to go get a job. They don't teach you to become creators, entrepreneurs, builders, masons. You see what I'm saying? They don't teach you that. They teach you to become laborers. See what I'm saying? Slaves, indentured service, cause that's what it is. Is modern day indentured servitude. You just going to work for them for 8 hours, and then you get paid at the end of the day for that shit. That's indentured servitude. If you don't believe me, go look up the definition of what an indentured servant is, and you're gonna see, like I see, it's a person who works for somebody else, and they pay them. Or they either pay them or they do it to work off their time. You see what I'm saying? Or debt that they owe them. You see what I'm saying? That's indentured servitude. That's what they teach you to be, indentured servants. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Shit, they just loose the shackles a little bit. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You know, we don't want you to be all our slaves in this modern society. But we need you to just be slave enough. You see what I'm saying? We need you to just be slave enough. And since you slave enough, you good. Cause that's what I experienced after I came out of college and started working different jobs in security. In security you get to see a lot of shit. Cause they teach you in security they teach you to observe and report. So you get to observe and pay attention to a lot of shit that the average person would never pay attention to. You see what I'm saying? So at these jobs, you pay attention to, I worked at a country club, the rich and wealthy. I mean, everybody there owns something, or they got generational wealth from fucking their granddaddy who owns something. You see what I'm saying? And they built something. They either built a company. They either invented something. They either produced a creative work like a book or a work of art, like a painting or something like that. Or they sculpted something. They did something with their hands or their minds that they got patented and copyrighted, and it made them millions of dollars. See what I'm saying? Because creativity is more than just building a business. You see what I'm saying? You can do more than just be a business. You can do so much more. You see what I'm saying? You create that artistic work, write your book. You can sculpt. You can fucking like I said, you can paint. You can even make a career out of just solving mathematical equations. Just open up your business just designed to solve mathematical equations. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Trading, inventing. You see what I'm saying? Take you some class on the electronics and build your own PlayStation. How about that? See what I'm saying? Everybody else get to build their PlayStation. Why you can't build your PlayStation? So even though motherfucking the modern day gaming world was pretty much produced by black people, like always. You see what I'm saying? So what's stopping you from being the next builder, the next mason? See what I'm saying? See, they stole the word mason and corrupted it. Nah, mason is simply a builder, a creator. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? A Jedi. One who harnesses their force to affect change on the physical. And what do you call that? Alchemy. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So there y'all go. That's what it is to be an outlaw scholar. Intellect whose wisdom is backed by soul. See what I'm saying? That's what it is to be an outlaw scholar. So that being said, I'm going to end it on that. You see what I'm saying? Make sure I hit everything here. Yes. Finally, the last thing I want to end with is be who you are meant to be according to your own soul. And don't let anybody, person, or anything stop you from becoming that. If your soul say you need to do this, then you need to do it. Shit, you need to do it. What's up, Lil Light? What's up, Dante and Dave? What's up, Sky? See what I'm saying? You need to do it. See what I'm saying? If your soul say if your soul say you're on the right path, then who is these other motherfuckers outside of you to say that you're on the wrong path? You see what I'm saying? If your soul say you need to do this, and that to create this alchemical formula to be successful in life, then do it. Who is it? Who are they to tell you otherwise? And usually when they tell you otherwise and you listen, you be fucked up in the end. You spend the next 3 to 5 years and even up to the rest of your life full of regret. But look at those who did follow their soul. They happy. They successful. They enjoying their lives. You see what I'm saying? Them the ones that smile the most, enjoy their life the most, have fun the most. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because they know they did what they supposed to do according to what's on the inside. So yeah, there y'all go. That's the biggest thing. That was definitely want to put that out there. Be who you are according to that divine spark within, that divinity within. You see what I'm saying? That immortal consciousness within. Be who you are supposed to be on that level. So, with that being said, any questions? Charles Finn, thanks for the videos. No problem, man. Any questions? All right. If y'all don't have no questions, Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out, share this with your friends, and I'm out. Peace.